Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. Episode 6, What the Heck's Going On, starts off in a pretty scary way. As a kid, I think this episode did manage to scare me where some episodes of the original never did. Can you blame me? Listen to that ghostly wail. This episode also involves a fairly iconic Scooby-Doo villain, the ghost of Elias Kingston. If you've never seen this series, you may instead recall him from episode 1 of Be Cool Scooby-Doo. You can check out my review of that episode right now for more on that character. As usual, this villain is really a mix of threatening and just plain goofy, which is a characteristic of these early monsters. I talked about it briefly in my last review, I think, but this episode really continues the trend. At this point, I'm trying my best to figure out if that's a negative or a positive. I suppose it just really depends. At times, it's hard to take the monsters seriously when they do things like this. Other times, it adds to the comedy factor, like this. Either way, I do think he, at his better moments, was a more convincing villain than the previous ones, but that's just my opinion, of course. Another thing I mentioned in a previous review was the suspension of disbelief asked of viewers when it comes to the explanations for villains' activities. In this episode, we're told that a table flew around complete with Elias Kingston appearing within a crystal ball thanks to a fan and a closed-circuit camera. To me, that's a bit too much to ask considering how easily the table flew around. I also don't get how a camera would work that way, especially later in the episode when it's used to trick the ghost into Fred's less than amazing trap. It was just a net. Personally, this episode is a bit of a mixed bag for me. It has a good villain, but he has some less than great moments. Then you have a series of great comedic moments like Scooby being out for lunch or his ear tapping him to wake him up, but you also have some really jarring plot points that don't make a lick of sense. I managed to enjoy the good moments, but I won't pretend this episode did not have its problems. It was just okay. What about you, though? What do you think of this episode? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're new, be sure to check out my other videos by clicking some of the cards that popped up during this video. And if you like them, consider subscribing for more cartoon reviews every day. Thanks for watching, and take care.